Hi everyone, we have Yash who's just recently given Cognizant written and interview as well for the Gen C profile, which is the lower package of Cognizant. There's Gen C Next, which is a higher package of Cognizant. Gen C Next is generally 6.5 LPA, Gen C is around 3.84 LPA, it changes every year. Right. So again, Yash, could you please just give us an introduction about your college, your branch, and the package that was offered by Cognizant?
Yeah, so my college name is SGS situated in Madhya Pradesh, and my branch is Information Technology. Uh, I have given city interview last month, and the package role was around 4.5 LPA.
Okay. The exam that
Okay,
happened
okay.
must have happened over AMCAT, right?
Yeah, it was over MCAT.
So again, I'll explain you a little about that. So there is quantitative aptitude round, there's logical reasoning, and then there is verbal. After that, there's something unique that is called as automata fix, wherein there are 7 questions, and you don't have to write the whole code, but you have to fix what is wrong in the code. So there are 3 easy questions wherein you have to fix a little minor things in the code, and then there are one difficult and two questions wherein you have to write major part of the code. There are 3 languages that are C, C++, and Java. You can choose any of which. Am I missing anything, Yash? Was there any coding round or anything else in Cognizant that I'm missing?
No, sir, that was it.
Okay,
That
ठीक
was
है.
all.
So let's continue with the interview part very quickly. Could you tell us about how many interviews were
Okay.
there?
Yeah, so there was only one interview that TR and HR combined, and it went around 35 to 40 minutes. It was quite long.
Okay.
At the starting, he asked me to the basic question that he asked me to introduce myself and all. What are your hobbies? He asked me what did you do this quarantine, and what did you learn any new things, or uh, uh, did you learn any specific skill like that? So around the 10 to 15 minutes, he asked these questions only. Then after this, he asked some technical questions. So basically, started from computer networks like what is routing, what is multicast routing, what is broadcast, what is multicast, what is unicast. So he asked me all the fundamentals about computer networks
Those are
at
those are
starting.
those are not difficult question, but generally people don't
Yeah,
study computer networks at all for
yeah, yeah,
placements. So it would be very difficult to remember all of these things. Let's say if we
yeah,
ask you what is IPv4, IPv6, those are easy questions. Or maybe let's say
yeah, they are
TCP,
easy.
UDP layer, or there are 6, 7 layers. Something I remember back from my college. But unicast, multicast, subnet, masking, those are difficult ones.
Yeah.
Were you able to answer all of them? Did you study computer networks a little?
Yeah, so around after my preparation period, so I studied computer networks thoroughly, so I was able to answer all these questions nicely.
Perfect. So after that,
So
what else
yeah,
did he ask you?
so after I answered this question, so he moved to advanced level of question. So he started asking me what is Hadoop, what is JavaScript, and what is the use of Hadoop, like this basic. So I wasn't able to answer these questions. So then he asked me some. After these topics, he moved to aptitude part and gave me a puzzle to solve. So it was a quite lengthy puzzle, and but I did it. And then he asked me another aptitude question from time and distance. So that was easy one. So that was easy. And after this, he moved to HR part, and then he started asking question like, "What do you know about the latest technologies?" So I told him that I know about AI ML.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me explain about that. So I told him that I explained him the basics of AI ML, but he told me that explain in deeper. So I had no idea about that. So I told him that uh, this was far beyond my reach. So he then asked me about from where do you get to know about this latest technology. So I told him that I surf internet for latest technology as well as newspaper. So he asked me some. So he also then he continued with that, and he asked me some that. Do you know anything about AI ML latest technology? So I told him about virtual reality and augmented reality. So then the discussion continued that what is virtual reality, augmented reality, what are the applications of augmented reality, and for what how it is beneficial for military training and that. So the discussion continued, and so this discussion took around 5 to 10 minutes, and then the interview ended.
Okay. So actually, this year, what we have also seen is the all of these companies, including Cognizant, these guys, even for non-CSIT people, these guys are asking AI, machine learning, web development. So
Yeah,
again, web development was also asked, JavaScript and
yeah,
all of that. So these guys expect you to have projects. These guys expect you to have certifications, and if you do not have them, so there's a separate marks that is given for each of them. Right. So there is
yeah,
separate marks for, let's say, your knowledge in C, C++, separate marks in digital skills, separate marks in new technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning. Obviously, the interview is giving you some marks, right? So if
yeah,
you're appearing for any of these companies, even if you're a mechanical student, make sure that you do AI and machine learning. You just need to know basics of programming in maybe C itself, right? And you will be able to pick up artificial intelligence very easily. It's not that difficult. So a lot of questions were a lot of people were asked what is regression, what is logical regression, k bayes algorithm, classification tree, k trees algorithm, there is naive bayes algorithm, clustering, etc, etc. So these are a few techniques that you learn in artificial intelligence and machine learning a lot. Again, technologies in web development, like what is jQuery, what is JavaScript, what is Node.js, what is React, how do you use it, what is Bootstrap, what is, let's say, basically, how do you make a website reactive? Uh, I'm forgetting the exact word. So basically, there's something even top of my head. So, for example, how do you make a website that is scalable in both web responsive? So that's called
yeah,
responsive in mobile, tablet, and desktop as well. So
yeah,
that is something that they are asking. So make sure that you have all of that. And again, puzzles were asked. Even this was something unique, Yash. I saw that they
yeah,
were also asking you questions from speed, time, and distance, which I never saw any interviewer asking.
yeah. So first he gave me a puzzle that was based upon work and time, and then he asked me speed, time, and distance, easy question, like
Okay,
that.
perfect. So thank you, Yash. It was very lovely speaking to you. I'm sure that this would be helpful for all the other people. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Thank you.
you.